Okay, next we have Giri versus Alekseenko. Giri was probably not happy because of the tournament situation. He can't win anymore. And he played badly. Then he took a shot at Alekseenko. You ready for this shot? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, if you remember 4 or 5 days ago, trying to learn was like Alekseenko's going to lose on purpose to Nepomniachtchi, Mother Russia, and Putin, and so forth, right? And then he got crushed, and the gawking rabble said, oh yeah, he lost on purpose. And every grandmaster I talked to is like, no, they don't do that anymore. They don't care about that. Alekseenko doesn't care about Mother Russia. He cares about beating people. In fact, Alekseenko, a couple rounds before that, beat Grishuk. And Grishuk had more points than him. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to cheat like that. They used to do that, 30, 40 years ago, but they're not doing that now. Can you imagine Grishuk losing on purpose because Russia told him to? No, he's a gangster. He would never do that. Yeah. Yeah, I know it was the quarterfinal, but that's not a funny joke. Title Tuesday's a funny joke. Learn comedy. Okay, so listen. Now this is a Catalan, mm-hmm. and Giri's white. The game that Nepomniachtchi beat Alekseenko was also a Catalan. So yesterday, when they interviewed Giri, he said, yeah, when Alekseenko played the Catalan, he got totally crushed. But somehow he played amazing against me. Sort of like half insinuating he lost on purpose, like getting that in there, Unbelievable. He played bad there, but he played great here. Yeah. Etc. All right. So let's continue. Knight D2 is a little unusual. Okay. And this is very boring, so Giri likes it. Now, Giri can complain that Alekseenko played the Catalan better here than against Nepomniachtchi. However, this is a very passive, drawing, Giri kind of way of playing. White put no pressure on black. White did nothing. White let black do whatever he wanted, and now it's equal. I mean, Alekseenko didn't have to think like, oh no, there's some tactics. No, nothing happened. Giri played a very boring way. And, he probably just didn't care. He didn't care. He literally didn't care because he couldn't win the tournament anymore. No. Okay. So the game was boring, and eventually White got outplayed. Queen B1 makes sense because the rook is here. Okay. Black equalized easily because White did nothing. And this position is very symmetrical. Pawn structure is the same. This pawn isn't here, and the bishops are like this, but it's pretty symmetrical, so it's equal. Okay, then they start trading. Always trade because he's Giri. Okay, and these trades help black more than they help white because he's advanced his opponent's pieces, and now Giri's just trying to trade them. So now black is slightly better, very slightly. Okay, and he's gaining space, taking away this square from the knight. Always retreat. And obviously, these rooks are better than these rooks. This rook is shallow and pedantic. These knights are good. Bishop is good. Everything's good. Still, the engine says it's equal. Still. Can't play bishop here because of b4. So Giri's trading as much as he can. Now, I'm not a super grandmaster, and the engine doesn't agree with me, but I don't like that move. I really don't like that move. The engine says every move is completely equal. I don't like that move. I like my bishop. This bishop's better than this knight. So this move I think is just bad. Now this is better for black. And again, it doesn't matter how many times I say it. It doesn't matter. You guys are like, oh, but he's got double pawns. His king is open. White's going to get all of his pieces in here and mate him. That's right. White's going to get all of these pieces in here. No. Okay. What's important here? These pawns are weak. This queen is better than the white queen. And I got better rooks. My knight's better. You can't kick my knight away because you give away the c3 square. If you give away c3, then what are you?
P8.
That's correct. Okay. And then he'll have to play r2d. Okay. So then king g7, defending everything. There's no infiltration squares. This f pawn's defended. Okay, knight f3 is not a good move. It gives away the e4 square. Now this seems like Giri was on a mission to trade all the pieces, because that's what he's been doing. He took an equal position and he's making it worse by trading everything, and black has excellent position and white's just playing for a draw. So knight here gives away the e4 square. It was hard though because the rook couldn't move because of the knight. Giri keeps trading and black just has a better position. Black has a better rook than this. Black's knight is better. Black has more space. And black's going to play b4 and get the c3 square. And white doesn't have any play over here. Now again, it's a draw with best play, but it's better for black. Okay, he played b4 so that black couldn't play b4. Okay, and now black has these squares. The a pawn is permanently weak. And white doesn't have any prospects. White's just playing for a draw. So Giri's happy because he likes playing for a draw. Always retreat. See? Look at that. Now, Alekseenko plays for the win. He doesn't repeat. And then he plays for the win again. And he got his knight to c4, exactly where he wanted it. That was the problem with b4, is he gave away c4. Now again, maybe this should be a draw. Maybe. But I think Magnus would beat everybody with black here. So black's just better. This is weak. I have this. This is pinned. It's a lot of advantages. Okay, so Giri decides to unpin. Good decision, because he wants to move his knight. And then after the game, Alekseenko said, I thought it was probably going to be a draw, but I liked my position. And then Giri played g4. And he's like, g4? And he's right. g4 is terrible. Karen, what square does g4 give away permanently? Recommended by Matt Larson.
What gives away f4?
Right. So if it was Bughouse, knight f4 wins. Right? And you can't go back here or back here and defend it. That's it. So this is a terrible move, but Giri's always thinking about trading. That's all he ever thinks about.
Yeah.
Okay? He should talk to Hikaru. Hikaru likes to trade on the stock market. Okay, queen c7. He wants to infiltrate everywhere. That's what she said. Yeah. And this is just terrible. He doesn't want to allow knight here and knight here. He doesn't want to allow the queen to come in. And white's position is just terrible. So he lashes out, and it looks like you can't take on g4 because queen here pins the knight. Okay? And when I showed this to John Travolta, I said, you look like John Travolta. And he said, yeah, looks like. That's from an old Simpsons episode. They were at a theme park, and they went to like the 70s throwback. And Homer says, the bartender looks like John Travolta. And he said, yeah, looks like. Okay, so he said, give me that pawn. And then Spencer responded with, give me that jank. So that's... Spencer's old email was, give me that jank at something.com, whatever he was using. Yeah, give me that jank. Okay, so the problem with queen g3, he didn't play queen g3, I don't think. He did play queen g3. Okay, f5. Now, this knight is not very defended. You see what I'm saying? So if white plays some shallow and pedantic move like that, because the knight's pinned, then I attack your knight. If you take my knight, I take your knight with shack, and then this pawn's hanging and black's up 2 pawns. Well, how do you defend the knight? Nope, 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 nope. So the only move is here. There is no other move. That's it. And then black's just winning. Black's a pawn up. This is hanging. This is pinned, etc. +4. Okay, so Giri played king f1. That way, if the queen attacks the knight, he can protect his knight. So now he wants to play h3. Here, Alekseenko played a genius move. I really like this move. I would never play this move. Never. Never. I still wouldn't play it. Well, maybe I would now. h5. Watch this. If he plays h3 attacking the knight, right? Mm-hmm. Black has one move that wins. Let's see if you can find it. If you can't find it, we'll ask Ginger GM.
I see it. No, wait. I thought I saw 4 with the knight.
Well, the knight's pinned.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at queen takes f4 because I thought there was 4. But
Damn.
But there's not.
Remember, when this is on a dark square and this is on a white square,
Yeah.
there's no white forks.
That's true.
Or knight forks. White forks.
Okay, so there's one winning
Mm-hmm.
move.
The move you suggested, Queen C1, is only equal. Equal. We have 911 viewers. Never forget. Yeah.
What about
So Karen and I have to go to
Queen C?
Reno now because there's 911 viewers. Yeah?
Was maybe queen c1 check?
No, then after King E2, yeah, it's a draw, but it's
So I don't
black's
know.
not better. You put it in H because it's Simon Williams.
Yeah.
Okay, now the queen is protecting the F pawn, except white has to move, and then the queen's not protecting the F pawn. So you can go here hanging the queen, here hanging the queen, here hanging the queen to protect the F pawn, or here, and then you walk into a fork.
Mm-hmm.
If you move the queen back or here, queen takes F4, Papa John's. Okay, so H5 was genius because he's threatening H4 winning. And that's what he played. Okay, he played King E2, Queen B6. I think the engine likes King F8 better, but this is still winning. Then he plays H4. Again.
Okay.
Plays Queen C3 check. If he plays Queen H4, the obvious move, then he gets beat here, here, and then every move wins, but this is plus 10. So I guess that's the right move. It's plus 10. Now it's plus 13. Man, the truth hurts. Now this is the best move. That's when you know you're in trouble. Yeah, if you run away, then it's the game God versus damn. You can't hang your knights. You have to go here. And then, the truth hurts. Yeah, you just lose everything. Okay, so he played Queen C3 check, Knight F6. Black's a pawn up, and white has a lot of weak pawns. So he tries to trade them, which is correct. Now, obviously, Giri's going to try to trade because, that's who he is. But you trade when you're worse, and if it's knight and pawn against knight, it's going to be a draw. But it's not going to happen. Okay. And black is close to winning here. Knight E4 check. Now we're threatening Queen F2 with advantage. So he runs up the middle. Very suspicious. That's the worst move that's ever been played ever. The engine went from like plus 1.5 for black, plus 2, to plus 10 for black. Terrible. Okay, now Giri thought they were playing King of the Hill. Now, if you play King of the Hill, this doesn't win, right? You have to go to E4. Does King D4 win in King of the Hill? Or just King E4? I don't know. I don't play King of the Hill.
I've never played it.
Yeah, it says Giri won King of the Hill. Man. D4 wins, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, maybe he thought he was playing King of the Hill. All right. F6, never play F6. The engine doesn't like F6. The engine says you check, okay? And it doesn't matter where the king goes. It doesn't matter. Then you play Queen B6. And that's not good. Now the engine says take this to lose because you don't want to get checkmated everywhere. Every move is checkmate. And every move is food. Every move is food, food, food. Every move is food to go. What movie? It's everything, not every move. But I changed the lyrics.
I don't know.
Food, everything is food. Let's see who gets it first.
Food?
Everything is food. Come on. The movie's only like 25 years old. Let's get going here.
25. That's a hint.
I'm guessing it's 25 years old. It might be older. Popeye is correct. Shanghai check. Very good. How old is Popeye? Who plays Popeye? Who's the star?
Robin Williams?
That's correct. And famous director. It'll shock you when I tell you. You won't even believe me. You'll tell me.
Spielberg?
No, you'll tell me I'm
I
lying.
can't remember.
No, you tell me I'm lying. And Robert Altman.
Oh, okay. That is unusual.
Yes. Tim Burton. Boo. Popeye was a genius movie. 30 years, 1980, 41 years ago.
Horrible movies.
No, that's a good movie. That was a good movie. 41 years ago with Popeye. Wow. I saw it when I was 10. No wonder I thought it was good.
I like
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
There's a really great actor in that movie nobody's heard of, including me. I can't think of his name. He was on, like, maybe Sesame Street, maybe. One of those kid shows where he's, like, really bendy. Yeah, he's great. He died, but he was a great actor. Shelley Duvall was good. Robin Williams was good. Martin Sheen. What? Yeah, Blade Runner was great. But the original, I didn't see the remake. I heard the remake's pretty good. Okay, so let's get back to what he did. Never play F6. He played F6, stopping, it still wins. Queen F1. Now, let me ask you a question, Karen. In this position, would you consider the move Queen F1? What? What is he, Wang Hao? What kind of move is that? That move, nonsensical move, hanging this, the king's getting mated. King D5. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. I mean, he's giving it away like a Georgia State co-ed. What's he doing? Nope. Bam! As first seen in the game, gotcha versus bitch. Okay, after this move, Karen, there's one mate and one. What is it? Black to play mate and one.
Let's see.
Only one move does it.
All right, let me make sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good job, Giri. Good square for your queen.
If I go queen, yeah, that's it. Queen G7.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And then after here, there's only one move that's mate and one. What is it? Only one move.
All right, you gotta look around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not fast. Oh yeah, it's still Queen G7.
Hangs that.
Oh.
And also here.
Um.
So there's two moves against that.
Okay.
Boo, boo. That move's totally winning, by the way. You win everything. But mate and one's better.
I forgot about the pawn. Maybe it's. No.
Yeah, Popeye was great.
No. Oh yeah. Oh no, that won't work. Oh yeah. F5.
That's right. Never play F6. He corrects it with mate. Okay, so this hangs mate and one. This hangs mate and one. This loses a queen, right? So Giri offered a no. Giri resigned. Yeah, very bad game by Giri. Very bad.
That was so slow.
And it's sort of like Nepomniachtchi. Just the tournament's over for them as far as who can play Magnus. So they just didn't care. They didn't care. Yeah. Now because of that game, who came in clear second? Because Giri lost.
MVL.
Right. If he had come first place, he would have been MVP. But second, MVL. Yeah. Most valuable loser.
I didn't get
Damn.
to see any of it. I was working so much.